Hey guys, this time we're going to be trying something new. Well, I'm pretty sure everything on this channel is new, so there's not really much to talk about. We're going to be doing a review of Xing Tang, a Taiwanese pearl milk tea company that opened up a branch in Malaysia last year. Fun fact, the company itself was just established in 2018. Within that year, they opened up 60 outlets across the globe. That's insane, though it still doesn't come close to how fast Uniqlo grows. But anyway, this established alone is gathering lines upon lines of people every day to consume their bubble milks and teas. I'd actually like to propose a reasoning behind this and would probably give a better understanding on its popularity, but that'll come later. First, a little insight on bubble tea culture. The current generation will remember drinking bubble teas and shakes as a kid, either from a kiosk in the nearest hypermarket or from an uncle with a plastic table set up next to his van outside our school. Which probably brings the history of bubble tea in Malaysia back at least a decade and a half ago. Chatime was the first major franchise to open in Malaysia back in 2010, and since then competitors have been popping up like weeds. General history of bubble tea goes back to 1986. I would love to go into the history behind the name boba and for the rest of tapioca pearls in fact, but my opinion is a little bit non-existent for me to talk about it, so I'll just skip it. They're basically dough balls made from tapioca flour and water and boiled for 15 minutes, so you get the drift. What sets Xing Tang apart from the stereotypical bubble tea is that the pearls, as what they described it, are stir-fried in brown sugar. I did a bit of digging. The brown sugar that they use, as best as I can identify, is muscovado sugar. It's still cane sugar, but it's sugar in its most raw form with none of the molasses removed. The black dots you see in the sugar are crystallized sugar that formed during the sugar extraction process. Later you'll see why this is important. So what you saw was that they put the sugar directly into a dry wok and cooked it till some of the sugar melted, caramelized, and formed crystals. The dots I mentioned earlier created nucleation points where the crystals can form. Think of them as seeds for sugar crystals to grow from. They work the crystals into the rest of the dry sugar and dump the pearls right on top. After a quick stir, the pearls are ready for service. This establishment does this live in front of the customers lining up. For one, this creates a show for the customers to watch as they wait, but as a restaurant professional, I see this as a weakness. This is the only wok that's functioning to produce the stir-fried bubbles. As you can imagine, when the bubbles run out, customers have to wait for the next batch of bubbles to finish cooking. Give or take 15 minutes. This is my theory on why the lines build up. When you see people lining up outside the store, you're going to wonder what's going on. Humans are generally curious by nature, and when they see hype, they want to see what's up. This, I would say, is their biggest marketing point, but hey, it works, so why not? So how they finish the product is by putting fresh milk on top of the bubbles, and on top of that is a cream foam that's been infused with cheese. From my research, this is most likely just cream cheese. Then they brulee more of the muscovado sugar on top of the foam as a finishing garnish, and let's see how good it is.
So we finally got the drinks after quite some time. So, Shaz, can you please tell us what the lady told you to do with the drinks?
Okay, so once we got the drinks, she told us that they should have stirred 18 times because all that stickiness down there, that is all like caramelized brown sugar. So gonna be really sticky. So for you to like incorporate everything, you gotta stir it 18 times.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's gonna keep sticking to the cup, and you won't get the full experience.
Okay, just to be clear, this is milk tea, right?
Yeah, that's your.
And then this too is just what do you call that?
The milk.
Oh, okay, cool. So how does this work? Stick it in. Yeah. So I have to stir too, is it? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But okay, I'm gonna give this a drink.
So the breakdown of the drink is that at the bottom you have your standard tapioca pearls, but it has been cooked in brown sugar that's been caramelized. So first they layer on the boba pearls, then they add some of the syrup that was in it around, and then they pour on fresh milk right on top. So on top of the fresh milk there's a foam that is incorporated with some cheese flavor, and they also brulee some brown sugar, the same stuff that they used to cook the pearls in, right on top. Have you tasted it, Derek?
Haven't yet. So basically after stirring, you will look from this to this.
Yeah, she
Basically after before stirring, after 18 times of stirring. So
Yep.
look something like this.
Really? Mine like no difference sometimes.
because yours is the milk tea. It's not just the milk.
You know what's funny? Mine isn't as sweet.
Yeah, because they added extra cheese foam on top. It's a cheese foam apparently.
Why do I get the feeling I paid more for this? For the tea.
At this point, we kind of made a mistake. We told Joel that his milk tea actually cost $12.50 and the milk cost $11.50. It was actually the other way around, so hence his complaining. Well, it has tea inside. This is just milk.
It doesn't go well.
Look at that. How can I not have this?
Did you check what was on top? Like, was there anything brulee?
I feel cheated already.
Well, let's not say that yet. I haven't tasted it.
So boys, how is it?
Yeah, it actually tastes like you're drinking straight up cream or some
I don't know. So far, my impressions of it is like something tells me I enjoy the one in animal. Although that's because I tried this tea, the milk tea. This is just milk. Okay, let me try it. Yep, I made a mistake. Alright guys, so if you're gonna come here, it's better to just order the brown milk. The boba brown milk.
Did you see it properly? It is the brown sugar milk.
Yeah. This one's pretty tame by comparison.
This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is the signature.
So this one tastes like,
Any other general.
yeah, it's like from the alley. This one's actually good.
That's a close up. You see those little black particles inside, right along the boba?
Yeah.
Those are some solidified sugar crystals that have not melted properly, that hasn't dissolved properly. So I think when they told you to stir it 18 times, it was very specific because you don't want to dissolve that. It actually adds a little candy-like chewiness to the boba.
Either way, it's like a rush of sugar. So I'm not coming here often. So Derek, would you come here to drink that again?
For the signature tea, I'll say yeah.
For this? This is yeah.
This one is
Yeah, actually I wouldn't mind coming here for that again.
That's what it is.
Yeah. How about you?
I can say that it's very hard to find another experience like it. So I guess if you're really craving for something like this, this is actually the choice to go.
Yeah. I would say okay. If you're gonna come here for this drink, this actually beats the one in the alley. But that's just that's my opinion. Yeah. If you're not really going for something too sweet, I'd actually go for this. Although there's really not much to it. The brown sugar boba. We're just doing our obligations as Asians, going for boba milk tea.